Sara. Sara or Sara? Sara. Let's give it up for Sara. Colombian Spanish speaker in the house. I think there's always an special applaud when we have people coming up here, anyone doing it in another language that's not native to their own. They're terrifying the shit out of me. So, thank you. I admire the courage.
Thank you.
Jump in. The stage is yours. Let's give it up one more time.
Well, so today I want to speak to you about the power of language, and not just as a tool for communication, but also as a way to craft our realities. So picture this, like you wake up and you're like, oh, today's gonna be such a great day. And you're actually setting the tone for that day to be great. But on the other hand, here Colombians would say, me levanté con el pie izquierdo, that you guys will say, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. And that will actually set the tone for that day to be not so great, because language has a lot of power. So why am I telling you all this? Because 5 years ago, I encountered with a word that actually transformed my entire way of seeing life, and that's pronoia. Pronoia, it's the contrary to paranoia. So paranoia, it's that the universe conspires to your favor. And that's a belief that I now have that has really changed the way I see things, and not because there are not bad things, but because all the challenges, I see them as my biggest learnings. So whenever I'm feeling down or I'm feeling like I don't know how to face something, I always say to myself, and I wonder, why is this the best thing that could have ever happened to me? And that really helps me transform the way I see things, because research has shown that actually the people that have a positive self-talk also have feel-good hormones like oxytocin and dopamine. So that's a better thing than having a lot of stress, because people that have a negative self-talk have also higher levels of stress. So I wanted to talk to you about this because I wanted to give you a very practical, small tip, and it's that whenever you're saying to yourself I don't know, I cannot do this, I'm not good enough, you can really rewire your brain then and there and tell yourself I am still learning, but I'll get there. And that can really help you see the things with a different lens. I think that the power of language is really to craft our realities with a lot of abundance, with a lot of gratitude, with a lot of love, because I also believe that life is just too short to be anything but amazing. So yeah, thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love that. It sounds, who here has heard of the concept, what you focus on is what you get, to the exclusion of everything else? It comes from NLP. Or another way to say that, law of attraction. Or in science, the reticular activating system. And it's really the mind just can focus on what is there, not what's not there. So I love how this comes through with our language, right? In coaching, one of the things that I hear all the time is people will say, my clients will come and say, Dan, I don't want this, I don't want this, I want to get away from this. And one of the most simple questions that often just breaks the paradigm and what's going on, I'm like, well, what would you rather have instead? I'm like, good question. Didn't think of that. And so coming back to the language, if we don't have language around what it is that we want to experience, how are we ever going to experience it? We haven't defined what it is that we want. So the power of language, it's not just as simple as going, well, just say this and get it. It goes way deeper. It's about awareness, right? And bringing more intention to where it is that we want to go, how it is that we're shaping our world and the reality. So once again, thank you so much, Sara. Let's give it up for Sara.